Welcome back to the Dawg House, the podcast where we highlight the stories, successes, and experiences that make our Bulldog community so unique. Today we're diving into a topic that has a huge impact on college and career readiness here at Grant Dual Credit. We've invited several students who are currently enrolled in dual credit courses to share what the experience is really like, from the workload to college level expectations to how it compares with AP and honors classes. Whether you're a student thinking about dual credit next year or someone curious about how these classes fit into our academic pathways, this episode is packed with insight, so let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Ganelle, and Izzy is with us in spirit, but who am I here with?
Izzy.
And Anna.
And what dual credit classes are you taking right now?
I'm in dual credit child and development, dual credit teaching, and dual credit chemistry.
I'm in dual credit calculus.
And what made you choose these classes?
Well, I chose the dual credit teaching and the dual credit child and development so that I could get the pathway recognition for education. And then I took dual credit chem because I just wanted to take chem and I thought it looked fun.
I took dual credit chem last year too, and I just took it because I also thought it would be fun and because I thought it would be a little easy. And then I took dual credit calculus this year because it was next in line.
Did anyone, any teachers or counselors or even older students help you make this decision?
Not really. I honestly just wanted my GPA to be higher. And I really underestimated the fact that dual credit classes are actually difficult. Sometimes it's a lot of studying, and I didn't realize. And I had too much confidence, but I adjusted. But, sorry. Keep going.
I kind of had the same thing with dual credit chem. I think I just took it because my counselor recommended it because it was new. But with math, it got recommended a lot.
What surprised you the most about dual credit classes?
The fact that it's kind of hard. I feel the content isn't while you're learning it, it's not bad. You get it, but then you just really have to put in a lot of independent work when studying for bigger tests and the finals.
Yeah, for sure. The midterms are all from the college, so it's really hard, a lot harder I feel than the content that we actually learn in the class.
Kind of going into studying practices, time management, how do you think you develop those skills over time, with taking dual credit classes?
I feel I'm really lucky that I started in AP my sophomore year because I think AP World really set me up to learn how to study because it's just so much information at once. And then going into dual credit, I just had already had those study habits of writing everything down and summarizing, and I think that helped me.
I definitely feel the same because the grading rubric at the colleges is the same here, so it's a lot more rough than honors classes, and I think AP's definitely prepared me for that.
How do you think AP and dual credit classes differ?
I think AP content is definitely more rigorous and it's more detailed, but dual credit is just a lot of information at once, but it's not necessarily the most difficult to comprehend.
I definitely think it depends subject to subject because some dual credits I've heard are really hard, but personally when I took dual credit chem, I think it was a lot easier than AP chem.
Yeah.
So I think it just really differs.
How do you compare these classes to honors classes even?
I feel it's more independent in a dual credit class because it's obviously a CLC class. But I also think you're kind of a little more conscious of your grade and how you're doing in the class because it's also going on your college transcript and it's not just your high school transcript. So it's gonna make a dent once you graduate.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same because I'm taking my dual credit calculus through U of I, and it's that's where I want to go, so it's that's going to transfer to U of I no matter what, or whatever school I want to go to, and it definitely makes you think about it because that's going to be with you for the next 4 years.
What do you think students should think about when they're picking between AP classes or dual credit or even honors classes?
I feel it kind of just depends on how much work you're willing to put in outside of school. I don't know. I feel honors classes and dual credit classes is the same level of you're intellectual abilities, but like I think it's just like the motivation that a student has.
I definitely agree. I also think that like you should ask around before you pick that class, and you should talk to seniors because you don't really know what you're getting into unless you like look into it. So definitely ask your counselor and ask like classmates.
How has dual credit helped you for like college expectations? Because you said that the classes are directly from colleges. So how do you think it's helped you kind of develop your expectations for college?
It's definitely helped me realize that like not every teacher is going to hold your hand and tell you exactly what you need to study for what test, and they're not going to constantly remind you that you have one assignment missing. Like you have to be on that and you have to check, and like you have to take responsibility for that.
For sure. Like Izzy said earlier, like it's really independent and they're not like holding your hand or anything, so it kind of just makes me like feel more prepared for college, where I'm not going to have that like as much one-on-one like help.
Anna, you kind of said it depends on like what dual credit class you're taking. So could you guys both kind of talk about like what classes you're taking and the context of it?
So dual credit chem is like basically like half a semester. Okay, so usually dual credit chem is like one semester at CLC, but at Grant it's like spread out throughout the whole entire year. So like it's definitely slower paced. So if you want to like deepen your understanding of chem, I guess, like I think it's like good to go there, like especially if like you don't want it to be as rigorous as AP Chem. But I don't know, I feel like there's like my dual credit child and development class is like a lot more psych based, and like I think the fact that I took AP Psych really helped me get through it. But like if you didn't, like it's definitely like a lot more like new information that like you probably have never heard about. But like dual credit teaching is like not as hard because it's like kind of just telling you like how to manage like kids in a classroom.
Yeah, dual credit chem is like basically the same thing as honors chem with like extra stuff on it, but with like dual credit calc, it's more like it's a lot of new content and it's really rigorous, and like since it's like through U of I, it's like kind of buggy because U of I like their program kind of sucks. So it's like a lot of like new information. Like we had to like learn a new coding program and stuff for it, and it's just like it's like definitely a lot at once. So it really just like depends on whichever class, and it's important to like ask around.
Do you think a lot more kids are taking dual credit classes like over APs, especially now that they come out of Grant?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I think just because so many kids from Grant end up going to CLC, like I feel like Anna's case is special because not a lot of people are taking like U of I dual credit classes, but like everyone goes to CLC, like majority of the kids at Grant, and I think like they're getting so ahead by taking dual credit classes for like basically for free compared to like paying like thousands of dollars at CLC.
Yeah, like I mean, I think all of like my friends who have graduated have ended up at CLC, and they all like have really benefited from taking dual credits. Like even just like the basic ones that like you might not know if you need, definitely benefits you.
And you talked about kind of going to U of I after. Do you think taking dual credit classes has like pushed that decision for you to go there?
Yeah, for sure. Like I think that it makes me kind of more prepared, and it makes me feel like I know what's gonna happen, and like I know that like it's manageable and what to expect from just one course.
What has been the biggest challenge in taking dual credit classes this year?
Just like my time management. Like I feel like I chose a pretty rigorous schedule, and like I didn't realize like I'm actually gonna have to put in a lot more effort than I think I am, and just like managing like working and also like getting all of my homework done and studying is like a lot. But like once you like find like the groove that you like you're fine.
Yeah, I think my biggest struggle is kind of just finding the help I need, because I think I'm relying more on my classmates rather than labs like I would before, because I can't really like find like the help I need in specific topics.
What advice do you think you'd give a student who's considering dual credit classes?
I would say like if you've never been in a dual credit class and you're just like an honors student, or like even like not taking honors classes, like you should push yourself and take those classes, because it's only gonna better your study habits, like everything that you've learned. Like, I think that it's really beneficial for, like, every student. And, like, if you want to go to college after high school, like, it's really beneficial.
Yeah, I'd say take dual credit before you take APs in some cases, like especially for chem. AP Chem, like, I've never taken it, but like all my friends have, and it seems very rigorous. And dual credit Chem is definitely a good step in that. But if you're gonna take like dual credit math, watch out because it is expensive because it's through U of I. So like you just kind of have to like talk to your counselor and make sure you know all of your information before you get into the class.
What do you mean by like expensive?
The U of I dual credit class is like $400 for multivariable calculus, and like there's like a discount on it I think, but it's still really expensive, and you like can't pull out of it until like you'll still get charged if you pull out of it in August. So like you just need to make sure that you know what college you're taking the course through, because I think they want to implement more U of I classes from what I'm hearing. So
is it just that specific class that they're charging you for it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then if you can go back and tell your sophomore year one thing about like dual credit classes and taking AP classes and all that stuff, what would you say?
I would say, like, don't, like, pull out of the classes. Like, honestly, like, half of all of my classes did. Like, I remember everyone was dropping my first AP class, and I was really close because I was terrible at it, and I'm horrible at history, and it was actually dreadful, and I didn't like it. But, like, I'm really happy that I took it because, like, I don't know, I think it, like, really set me up for, like, the rest of high school.
Yeah, I agree. Like, developing, like, good study habits. Like, I know, as she was saying, AP World, like, really helped me develop better study habits. And, like, every dual credit and AP I've taken, I think has benefited me. And I think I honestly should have taken more because I've developed such good habits from them.
Oh, that's all the questions I have. Thank you for joining us, Anna, and thank you for Izzy for switching to the other side of the table.
I'm glad I could be a contributor.
And that wraps up our dual credit spotlight. A big thank you to our guests for giving us an inside look at what these courses look like and how they're shaping their path beyond high school. Dual credit can open doors, earning college credit early, building confidence, and helping students understand what they're capable of. We hope today's conversation helps you better understand the opportunities available right here at Grant. For more details about dual credit opportunities, reach out to your school counselor. Thanks for listening to the Dawg House, and be sure to follow us on Spotify and YouTube so you never miss an episode. And share this one with anyone who's thinking about dual credit classes next year. Until next time, go Bulldogs!